Welcome back to Breaking Waves. It is April 1st in this episode, and we are in Banderas Bay, Mexico, after sailing all the way down from Canada. Our goal is to combine surfing and sailing. So 4 years ago, we bought our 41-foot sailboat and taught ourselves to sail in some of the trickiest waters in Canada. We put a lot of work into restoring her to her former circumnavigating self, and 9 months ago,
our first offshore passage!
We head offshore and are finally living our dream. But in this week's episode, we are starting to feel a little bit restless. So after 3 months of exploring Banderas Bay, we packed up, said our goodbyes, and are heading back out to sea.
It is now 11 a.m. and it's time when the thermals are going to start pumping into the Banderas Bay, and it's time to catch those out of here. And we got to go around Cabo Corrientes, Cape Corrientes, and that's one of the more notorious. It's sort of like Cape Mendocino of the U.S., one of the more notorious capes. And so the way we're timing it right now, we should get there just as the sunset die-off happens with the wind, but wouldn't be surprised if the waves are a little bit choppy and confused and kind of a rough ride in that area.
Well, we are off again. I'm ready to get a move on here. We were starting to get a little bit of roots growing out of the bottom of our boat. It's just been an incredible couple months for community, and that's not always something you get when you're sailing because you're always moving. You know, that's how sailing goes. And I am so excited. We're going to Barra Navidad. It's supposed to have some really great, first of all, it's supposed to be a beautiful, beautiful anchorage. It's like a little bunker, and I'm excited to see that. It's been pretty rolly. And then further south, there's some really cool surf waves that we've been Googling, and Ben wants to try some out, and I want to try some out, and I feel like it's gone a little bit flat here these last couple months, so it's time to go, move on, stretch our sailing wings and stretch our surfing wings a bit, get back into the swing of things, and I'm excited. A surprisingly beautiful sail upon us. I'm just snacking on my yogurt and granola bowl that I made. It's Greek yogurt with granola and mixed berries and chia seeds. And we're a bit out further from the bay now. We're not like right at the back of it. So the wind has kind of figured itself out. We have 15 knots on a beamish, close haulish. And we're going about 7 knots. We have one reef in the main still and our full jib out. And we're just cooking here. We were talking about shaking out.
Cooking.
We were talking about.
We're just cooking here.
Talking about shaking out the reef, but I'm glad we didn't, because we are moving quickly. This is a beautiful day. The sun's out. I'm happy. It's so nice to be back on the water. Alrighty, so our wind system that we were hoping to catch for the day is a little bit further offshore than we would like to go. So we've been kind of battling these like 6 to 10 knot winds, pretty big seas, like rolly, which is making our sails just flop. We actually even talked about like just maybe pulling into an anchorage for the night and trying again when there's more wind. But we're now going, we have 9, 7, 6, 7, 8 knots of wind on a broad reach, and full sails out. Our head sail is flopping around. Seas are pretty big, but we're doing like 5 knots. So it's nice. We had the motor on for the last hour, 2 hours, so it's nice to have it off, but still not comfortable. We'll see if we keep going or if we pull into an anchorage tonight. Want to say anything?
Well, yeah, the problem is we're actually almost going downwind, and the problem is that we can't get our spinnaker pole off of the mast because the thing that snaps it onto the line is like jammed. So at the moment we're basically poleless, and we could really use it right now. I also say, even though it's kind of uncomfortable and not ideal, it's nice to be back out of Banderas Bay, back on the open ocean, and actually going somewhere. It's been 3.5 months since we arrived, so it's cool to be on the move again. Let the WD-40 sit for a bit and see if it loosens up.
So that came out of nowhere. We're gonna roll in.
Oh, we are just pumping along. We took down the head sail. Just got the main up now. Just kidding, so we can go dead downwind and without the pole. We're getting some strong gusts.
Like out of nowhere. Like it'll be 11, 14, and then 25. And it like pushes us forward a bit. I mean, also timed with the waves that are quite large too.
Yeah, it swung the boat sideways and the full mainsail caught like a big gust, and I turned off autopilot, was hand steering, and I couldn't get the boat to turn. Like it just kept moving along on a beam reach. Way overpowered, so back under control now. I think we'll be fine like this. It's just the main up. If it gets any windier, we might have to drop it. It's looking like we're gonna make a lot of progress anyway, overnight.
Do you want me to wake you up if I have to leave?
Yeah.
Typically in the evenings, the wind dies right off. So we'll see if that happens. It'd kind of be nice because this is a bit much when you're trying to sleep and when there's only one person. So.
This is one of the shittiest night passages we've ever done. It's so rolly. Like, I didn't sleep at all. Yeah, this is a rough one. The wind's kind of backed off. It's down to like 11, 10 knots. But the waves are just killing it. It's really hard to get any sleep right now. Anyway, whatever. We'll be there tomorrow and we can get sleep then. Alright. Well, I am tired. That is now back-to-back, basically sleepless nights. My first shift, I couldn't sleep at all. It was so rolly between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. And then I did the graveyard, and then I did get some sleep when I went to bed again at like 4:30. And I feel not that bad, surprisingly. Definitely very tired, but maybe just excited. Excited to get to maybe a bit of a more surfy destination, especially it's April now, and April is like surf season in Mexico. It's the beginning of surf season. So it's about a 160 mile or something like that sail from Puerto Vallarta to Barra to Navidad. We left yesterday close to noon, and we're gonna get into Tenakatita, the Barra area, probably around afternoon, like 2 p.m. today. That's pretty good, just over 24 hours. We've been a combo of sailing and motoring. We're currently motoring because it's right on the nose where we're trying to go. But there's a good breeze, 17 knots. Yeah, all right, happy April, everybody.
We are about 20 miles out from Barra Navidad. There's no wind. It's like shifting between 5 and 9. We tried to sail for a bit, but unfortunately the motor is back on. But that's okay. Neither of us really slept. It was super rolly. But the sun is out, and we're gonna go to a new place today, and that's exciting. So, I just saw a turtle also. Out, I guess.
We got that blind, maybe. You want to put us in like neutral? We got a fishy.
Yeah!
Hopefully it's not a freaking bonita.
Hopefully it's not the ground. No, we're in 200 feet. That's a fish. A fighter.
Fighting for probably about 5 minutes or so now. Maybe longer actually. But I mean, it's been staying low the whole time, so I realized it probably wasn't a bonita. Look at the rod. It's like, it doesn't want to come to the surface.
It's like straight down.
But it did pop up just a second ago, and it looks like a big, like, either like a rooster fish or like
Maybe.
a big jack looking kind of thing. But
Holy shit, that's a big fish! I don't want to lose it. Why don't you just huck him in, like, with... Stop. Yeah. Look at that thing! Holy shit! How many pounds do you think that is?
I don't know, it's heavy though.
Wait, I have a picture
maybe? Ooh, that's a big one. It's like bigger than you. Nice job.
Okay. Cool, that's so big! We have arrived to Barra Navidad. I'm already excited. There's a beach break and people surfing on our way in. So that's pretty sweet. And then also the fact that this anchorage is a lagoon. So I imagine it's going to be pretty calm. We're going to sleep really well. It's beautiful here with all these palm trees. A little swallow on our pulpit. It's so nice to be somewhere new. I loved Banderas Bay and the cruise, but I was just ready to move on. And now it's just exciting to see like new venues, new palapas, new beaches, places to try to swim and stuff. It's just exciting. they're super untouched on this side. And it is super calm in this anchorage because it's like encircled by land. Very calm. We're gonna sleep. It's gonna be nice after a couple of sleepless nights here. Wow, that nap really brought you back to life.
I had one of my 10-minute power naps.
Wow.
Here in the lagoon at Barra de Navidad after a, what was that, 28-hour sail?
Yeah, we actually did pretty quick.
Wasn't too bad, a lot of motoring, but a lot of sailing too. And taking this guy to shore, and we need some like cold beverages. We're like overheating a bit here, so some ice cold beverages and some tacos.
Oh yeah. I could go for a taco.
Allie here, seen sporting her new grandma shorts. Straight off the Walmart aisle 6G. Featuring blue and white stripes and red.
And a diaper underneath.
And a diaper underneath for your viewing pleasure. Allie's officially graduated to old lady status. Yep. Well, pretty convenient dinghy dock, eh?
Not bad. From what we could tell, Barra was super cool. You could take a water taxi or your dinghy over to the town, which was very authentic feeling. Not very many people spoke English. There was a beach break over there, a bunch of restaurants, cafes, lapas. And if you head back towards the lagoon, there was a marina with a resort on it. And if you're part of the marina, you could use all the facilities. There was even a shipwrecked tanker for us to explore later. It was checking a lot of boxes. Thank you for tuning in for this week's episode, and a special thank you to Edward and Trent Schneider, our new patrons for this last week. If you love Breaking Waves, why not head over to Patreon to support the channel or check out last week's episode. See you at the next one.